What's up, Full Ride Nation? Back for another one. Y'all that don't know me, Christopher, former D1 walk-on turn starter. Here to help you guys with your basketball hopes and dreams. Here for your daily motivational mission. Today's video, we're talking about beware of the highlight tape. So I had a conversation with a parent. He's been watching my videos for a long time now and commenting. And so we had a conversation about highlight tapes and how these highlight tapes get misconstrued and a player can guard a guy and do very, very good with him on defense. But the one or two times or the few times that he gets scored on, they put it on the highlight tape. And then all of a sudden, people are coming up to the kid that's on the highlight tape that got scored on and telling him that he's not that good and this, that, and the third. Listen, guys, let me tell you something about a highlight tape, right? So a highlight tape, that's cool and all. I mean, we can get excited about what you see on a highlight tape. But a highlight tape is nothing more than a prerequisite to get you somewhere where you're trying to go. So, and if you don't have a highlight tape that embodies years of work, because I've seen people put together highlight tapes where their kid only scored 2 points and they make it look like they hit the game winner. I actually have a highlight tape on YouTube that spans over 4 to 5 years, from high school to JUCO to D2 to D1, in different games at different times in different scenarios to show consistency. And even with that, you want to know what that only thing that does for you is it will get you a tryout. And so you guys are trying to shame someone because they got scored on in a highlight tape. That just means that that person took the challenge to go at the best. When I grew up, you had to go at the best. The greatest player to ever lace them up in NBA history, Michael Jordan, is forever on a highlight getting crossed over by Allen Iverson. Does that take away from his greatness? Absolutely not. Michael Jordan has plenty of highlights dunking on people, this, that, and the third. But there's times where Michael Jordan got scored on, he got blocked, he got dunked on, the whole nine. So does that take away from the greatness? No, Michael Jordan took on the challenge. In my generation, we all took on the challenge to play against the best, to beat the best. That's the only way you can measure yourself. And I don't care nothing about you highlight tape, this, that, or third. I'm going at you play after play after play. And just because you did it once, you're going to have to do it again, and you're going to have to do it again, and you have to do it again. We're going to see how many times you can do this, and I'm going to go at you on the other end. See, this generation has come to the point where they're weak and they're soft. And I wholeheartedly agree with everything that KG said about Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, saying that the only person in yesteryear and in the old days that had skill was Michael Jordan. KG is right. There's only a handful of NBA players that would have been able to play in the NBA 20 years ago. That's just a straight fact. That's just a straight fact. 20 years ago, I'm going to say 85% of the people in the NBA would not be in the NBA. They don't have the heart, and they're just not that good. Those are the facts. You don't have to like it. But I can only go on what I've seen and what I'm seeing and what I experienced and what I played. And another thing, whenever you play this game, there's always going to be people who are going to hate on you. But here's the thing. Are you really going to let people who haven't accomplished what you have accomplished, not trying to go where you're trying to go, haven't been where you're trying to go, can't get to where you're trying to go, discourage you from achieving your goals because they're making fun of you because you got scored on a highlight tape? And all the highlight tape will do for you is get you the opportunity to try out and play. Because let me tell you something. When I was in D1, there was a guy who had a highlight tape. And it got him down to D1. He came, the coach gave him an automatic walk-on position to try out this, that, and the third. And he had to look. He looked like a basketball player. He had to look. So much so, he was shorter than me. But if you stood me and him side by side and said, who do you think the D1 player is? They would pick him. But when it came time to actually play this game, there was no comparison. I dominated, and everybody else on the team dominated him. But his highlight tape got him the ability to come and try out, but then he got embarrassed. So you can do all the highlights you want, but if you forget to actually bring your game, that's going to make a difference. And also, even in real life, when a coach watches you play at a specific school at a specific level, you know what they're going to say? But can you do it at my school? Even in your own conference, you can be scoring, averaging 20 points a game. But the competitive player is going to look at you and say, can you do it on me, though? I don't care that you scored 25 last week on XYZ University and XYZ guard. Can you score it on me? And can you stop me from scoring on you? And that's the mentality that you have to have. The last thing I'm worried about is what somebody in the stands or the comments are saying. You guys get too caught up in what people in the stands and the comments say. I get people who write all kind of crazy comments, not that often, but every now and again I get people to say crazy stuff in their comments. You really think I care about somebody in the comments that is typing and won't show their face and what they have to say about me? I could care less, because I know what I've done. I know what I've accomplished, and I'm proud of it. And so I would be hard-pressed to see if their accomplishments are that of mine or better. Because generally, those people that have accomplishments, they don't go around degrading and tearing people down because they've actually accomplished something. And I know where you guys get this from. You get this from watching all of these Stephen A. Smiths and Paul Feinbaum's, a bunch of people who've accomplished nothing but have been given a microphone and allowed to just sit up and talk. And they're not talking from a position of doing, they're just talking from a position of hatred and a fan. So now everybody thinks that they have that license to do so, which you do. But you as a player shouldn't be listening at those people talk. But anyway, I have talked long enough. Full Ride Nation, not going to belabor the point. Just beware of the highlight tape. Y'all know the drill. Let's compete.